And today we are going to discuss the remaining topic, Raoult's law, vapor pressure, relative lowering of vapor pressure. After that, the important one, Raoult's law. It is also important for IP and competitive examination. So if you go to the, just recollect the previous classes information. What is vapor pressure? The pressure which is released by the vapor molecule. The pressure which is released by the vapor molecule on the surface of the liquid or on the surface of the solvent solution. It is called vapor pressure. Then, if it is a pure solvent or pure liquid vapor pressure, when non-volatile solute is added to that solvent. What is the meaning of non-volatile? Not easily evaporated. It is called as non-volatile solute. Non-volatile solute. Okay. So when non-volatile solute is added to that solvent, what about its vapor pressure? Decreases due to the solubility of non-volatile solute. Means the molecules of non-volatile solute occupied on the surface of the liquid. So solvent water or solvent molecules are also present. Solute, non-volatile solute molecules are also present. So that's why the vapor pressure decreases. Vapor pressure decreases. So the difference between the vapor pressure of pure solvent and the vapor pressure of solution, it is called lowering of vapor pressure. If you go to the relative lowering of vapor pressure, the ratio between lowering of vapor pressure and the vapor pressure of pure liquid or solvent, it is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. So if you go to the next one, Raoult's law. So what is Raoult's law? The relative lowering of vapor pressure. If you define Raoult's law, the relative lowering of vapor pressure, the relative lowering of vapor pressure of a dilute solution of a dilute solution containing a non-volatile solute containing a non-volatile solute is equal to mole fraction of solute is equal to mole fraction of solute. So it is called Raoult's law. It is called Raoult's law. So what is Raoult's law? The relative lowering of vapor pressure. What is relative lowering of vapor pressure? What is relative lowering of vapor pressure? So relative lowering of vapor pressure means the ratio between lowering of vapor pressure in solution and the vapor pressure of liquid or solvent. So you can write here P naught minus P, and of course P by P naught. It is the vapor pressure of pure solvent solution. So is equal to mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of solute. It is called as Raoult's law. It is called as Raoult's law. Mole fraction. How we are going to calculate mole fraction of a solute? Mole fraction of a solute. See. So therefore, P naught minus P by P naught is equal to mole fraction of a solute, nothing but N2 by N1 plus N2. Here, the solute, if it is very diluted solutions, you can neglect that one concentration. So, P naught minus P by P naught is equal to N2 by N1. See, so let clear. What is the mole fraction of solute? Number of moles present in the solute by total number of moles present in the solution. Means number of moles of solute by number of moles of solute plus number of moles of solvent. Number of moles of solvent. Clear? Then, so P naught minus P by P naught is equal to N1. Then, what is number of moles? How we are going to calculate number of moles? Weight by molecular weight. So N1 equal to, if N1 equal to weight by molecular weight, if N2 is equal to weight by molecular weight by molecular weight, then if you substitute this value, P naught minus P by P naught equal to weight by molecular weight by molecular weight. Means solute and solvent number of moles. Solute number of moles. Solute number of moles. How we are going to calculate weight of the solute by molecular weight of the solute by weight of the solvent by molecular weight of the solvent. So finally, we can get the equation P naught minus P by P naught equal to W by M, weight of a solute by molecular weight of a solute into molecular weight of a solvent by weight of a solvent. That is the equation. Here, so if write here P naught. What is P naught? What is P naught? Means vapor pressure of pure solvent. Vapor pressure of pure solvent. What is P? Vapor pressure of solution. Then what is small w? Weight of the solute. Weight of solute. Small n. Weight molar mass of solute. Then capital W, weight of solvent, weight of a solvent. Okay. Then molecular weight or molar weight. So it is about Raoult's law. Clear? Note it fastly. After that, if you discuss the limitations of Raoult's law, what are the limitations? The first limitations, the Raoult's law is applicable for very dilute solutions only. Very The first limitations, Raoult's law, it is applicable for very dilute solutions. And the second one, it is applicable for very dilute solutions containing a non-volatile solute only. That is the second limitations. It is applicable for dilute solutions, and the second one, it is applicable for dilute solutions containing non-volatile solute, and it is applicable for only for ideal solutions. What is ideal solution? What is non-ideal solutions? Next class we are going to discuss. Just remember that one, ideal and non-ideal solution. So these are the limitations of Henry's law. Applicable for ideal solution, applicable for the solutions which contain non-volatile solute, and the applicable for very dilute solutions. Very dilute solutions. Clear? So that is about the formula of Raoult's law. P naught minus P by P naught equal to weight of solute by molecular weight of a solute into weight of the solvent, molecular weight of solvent by weight of a solvent. So it is called as Raoult's law. It is called as Raoult's law. Clear? So Weber pressure. What is Weber pressure? What is relative loading of Weber pressure? And what is Raoult's law? So that is about Raoult's law and Weber pressure, relative loading of Weber pressure. So now we are going to discuss some numericals present in this topic. Yesterday we discussed some numerical problems, and now today we are going to remaining problems. So question number 18, page number 13. So what is the question? A 20 ml of sample of copper sulfate solution was evaporated to dryness, leaving 0.967 grams of residue. What was the molarity of the original solution? What was the molarity of the original solution? So we have to calculate molarity of the solution. So what is the formula? So first, if you write the data, weight of a solute, weight of solute equal to 0.967 grams. 0.967 grams. Then volume also given. What is the volume? Volume 20 ml. Volume 20 ml. And then molecular weight of its solute. Molecular weight of. So what is the solute here? Copper sulfate. CuSO4 equal to copper sulfate. What is the copper atomic weight? 63.5. So CuSO4 63.5 plus 32 plus 64. What is the weight? 159.5. 159.5. Then we have to find out molarity. So molarity equal to weight of a solute by gram molecular weight into 1000 by V. That is in ml. So what is the weight? 0.967 by gram molecular weight 159.5 into 1000 by 20. 1000 by 20. So what is the 50? So what is the answer? 0.967 by 159.5. 0.0060. 0.0060 into 50. So molarity is equal to, what is the answer? 0.303. 0.303. Clear? So write calculation directly is 20. That is answer is 0.303. Clear? The weight of the solute is given. What is the solute here? Copper sulfate. So molecular weight 159.5. Value 20 ml. It is the data present in the question. Then what is the formula? So it is the formula. Then question number 21. I think 1920 yesterday class it is completed. Then question number 21. 21. So what is the question? Henry's law constant for the solubility of nitrogen gas in water at 298 kelvins is 1.0 into 10 power 5 atmosphere. Here KH is given, Henry constant. So KH is equal to, so KH equal to 1.0 into 10 power 5 atmospheric pressure. 10 power 5 atmospheric pressure. Then the mole fraction of N2 in air is 0.6. The mole fraction of N2 0.6. 0.6. Okay. Then the number of moles N2 from air dissolved in 10 moles of water at 298 temperature and 5 atmospheric pressure. What is the total pressure? 5 atmospheric pressure. Both are in atmosphere. So what is the formula? So partial pressure of air is equal to, you know that partial pressure is equal to KH into mole fraction of solute. That is the formula. You know very well. Okay, pressure, partial pressure of air. Then we have to calculate partial pressure. Partial pressure equal to total pressure into mole fraction of gas in air. Okay, that is the question. Mole fraction of gas in air. So partial pressure is equal to KH into mole fraction of gas in air. Clear? First we have to calculate the partial pressure. Okay. So partial pressure is given. We have to calculate. What about KH? What about total pressure here? Sorry. So partial pressure equal to total pressure into mole fraction of gas in air. So what about total pressure here? 5 into mole fraction 0.6. So partial pressure is equal to 3. Here 3 atmospheric pressure. Here total pressure is given. That calculate partial pressure. So partial pressure equal to total pressure into mole fraction of gas in air. Then what is the total pressure here? 5 atmosphere. So 5 into mole fraction of gas in air 0.6. So 0.6 into 5, that is 3. Then if you substitute partial pressure equal to in this formula. So 3 equal to what about KH? 1.0 into 10 power 5 into we have to find out mole fraction of a gas in solution. Clear? So mole fraction of gas. So mole fraction of gas is equal to 3 by 1.0 into 10 power 5. Clear? 3 by 1.0 into 10 power 5. Nothing but mole fraction of gas is equal to 3 into 10 power minus 5. Clear? That is mole fraction. But what is the question here? See the question. The number of moles of N2 from air dissolved in 100 moles of water and 5 atmospheric pressure. Okay. So, you know that 1 mole of a solution present in 1 kg of a solvent. That is the definition of blend. Okay. 1 mole of a solvent present in 1 kg of a solvent. Then here, 3 into 10 power minus 5 contains 1 mole. 1 mole. Then for 10 moles, what is the mole fraction of gas? Means that equal to 3 into 10 power minus 5 into 10. Nothing but 3 into 10 power minus 4 is the answer. Clear? 3 into 10 power 5 mole fraction contain 1 mole. Then 10 moles contain, because the question asks about 10 moles. So 10 moles is equal to 3 into 10 power minus 2. Clear? That is the answer. Note it down fast. I think it is clear. First we have to calculate partial pressure equal to Henry's constant into moles of a solute. We have to calculate partial pressure. How we have to calculate partial pressure? Total pressure into mole fraction of a gas is 8. Mole fraction of a gas is 8, 0.6. Total pressure 5. So partial pressure equal to 3 atmospheric pressure. Then if you substitute values in this here, partial pressure 3 kH 1.0 to the power 5. We have to calculate mole fraction of a solute here. So 3 by 1.0 to the power 5. Mole fraction of gas is 3 to the power minus 5. Contains means 1 mole. Then 10 moles are present. Then what about means 3 to 10 power minus 5. Clear? Then the question number 22. Henry's law constant for CO2 in water is 1.67 into 10 power 8 Pascal. So KH is given equal to 1.67 into 10 power 8, not ATM, Pascal PA. Then the quantity of carbon dioxide in 500 ml of soda water will pack under 2.5 atmospheric pressure. 200 atmospheric pressure. So pressure, what about pressure here? Is equal to 2.5 atmosphere. 2.5 atmosphere is converted into Pascal 1.05, 1.0 into 1.01 into 10 power 5 Pascal, that equal to 2.5 into 10 power 5 Pascal pressure here. Then the quantity of carbon dioxide in 500 ml of soda water. Water volume is equal to 500. Here, it is the data present in the question. Then we have to calculate the amount of carbon dioxide is dissolved. Mass and moles. In moles, how many moles of carbon dioxide is dissolved in water in 500 ml, and how much amount of carbon dioxide dissolved in 500 ml water. Clear? So, what is the formula? Pressure is equal to, that is constant formula. Pressure equal to KH into mole fraction of CO2. is equal to Kh into mole fraction of CO2. Clear? Pressure of CO2 is present. What is the pressure of CO2? 2.5 into 10 power 5 Pascal. So 2.5 into 10 power 5 equal to, what is the Kh? 1.67 into 10 power 8. Clear? 1.67 into 10 power 8 into, we are going to calculate mole fraction of CO2. So mole fraction of CO2. Then what is the answer? Mole fraction of CO2 is equal to 2.5 into 10 power 5 by 1.67 into 10 power 8. What was the what is the answer here? 1.56. That equal to 1.56 into 10 power 5 into 10 power minus 8. Clear? Then mole fraction of CO2 equal to 1.56 by here 8 minus 5. 5 minus 8 minus 3 by 1000. So 3 zeros are present. So 0.0015. 0.0015. Okay. Then that is about mole fraction of CO2. Then you have to find out number of moles present in CO2. Number of moles present in CO2. So, sorry, number of moles present in water. Number of moles in water. What is the weight here? Volume is given. So volume equal to 500 ml. So mass equal to density into volume. First we have to calculate mass because weight by molecular weight. It is a formula to find out number of moles in water. So density, you know the one, volume 500. So equal to 500 grams. The number of moles of H2O equal to 500 by 18. So what is number of moles of H2O equal to? Nearly 28. Equal to 27.77. Nearly 28. Clear? That's about mole fraction of water. Sorry, number of moles of water. Here mole fraction of carbon dioxide is present. But what is the question? That calculate moles, number of moles of carbon dioxide present in water. Number of moles we have to find. Clear? Number of moles of carbon dioxide. So mole fraction of carbon dioxide equal to, what is the formula? CO2 is equal to number of moles of CO2 plus number of moles of CO2 plus number of moles of H2O. You know that formula. So number of moles of H2O, 28 is present water. It is negligible. Okay. So that equal to NCO2 by NH2O. Mole CO2 equal to. Then what is the mole fraction of CO2? 0.0015. You know that for dilute solution, you can neglect the moles of CO2. Very dilute solution. So mole fraction of CO2 0.0015. 0.0015 equal to. You have to find out number of moles of CO2 by 28. Clear? Then number of moles of CO2 is equal to 0.0015 into 28. 28. What is the answer? 0.042. NCO2 is equal to 0.042. Number of moles of CO2 dissolved in 500 ml of water. Clear? If you calculate mass, weight, this is the number of moles. What about weight of CO2? That equal to weight of CO2 equal to number of moles into molar mass of solute. So 0.042 into 44. What is the answer? 1.848. 1.848 grams. So that is about the solution to find out the amount of carbon dioxide dissolved in 500 ml of water. Listen, again I am explaining. So here in the question, pH value is present 1.67 into 10 power 8 Pascal. But pressure also present, but it is present in atmospheric pressure. So we have to calculate, we have to convert it into atmosphere to Pascal. For that, we are multiplying here. So that is in Pascal. Then what is the formula? So water volume also find the question. The finding of water is present. So pressure of CO2. What is the Henry constant? Means KH. Henry's law. P equal to KH into mole fraction of CO2. So pressure of carbon dioxide is given. Or we say partial pressure of carbon dioxide is given. KH value also present. Then X moles of CO2. Then X moles of CO2. Sorry. Mole fraction of CO2 equal to 2.5 into 10 power 5 by 1.67 into 10 power 8. So it is answer. Mole fraction of CO2 equal to 0.0015. Then, but what is the question here? Number of moles of carbon dioxide we have to calculate. So to calculate number of moles of carbon dioxide, the carbon dioxide gas is dissolved in water. So solvent water. 5 ml is given. What about its mass? Means density into value. Mass equal to density into value. What about water density? 1. Value 500. So 1 into 500 is equal to 500 grams. The number of moles. Number of moles equal to 500 by 8 by molecular weight. Water molecular weight 18. Nearly 28. Clear. Then what is the formula here? Number of moles of CO2 by total number of moles present in solution. Here we have to calculate. So a dilute solution you can neglect the solute number of moles. So number of moles of carbon dioxide by number of moles of H2O. Mole fraction of carbon dioxide we have calculated 0.015 equal to number of moles of carbon dioxide by number of moles of water 28. To solve this one, you get that. Number of moles of carbon dioxide 0.042 moles are present. If you calculate in weight, number of moles into molecular weight of or molar mass of carbon dioxide 44. 0.042 into 44. 1.848 grams present in 500 ml. Clear? Question number 24. See the question. 12 grams of urea. So that you can write the data. Urea weight 12 grams. Okay. Then urea 12 grams of urea present in 1 liter of a solution and 68.4 grams of sucrose. Sucrose weight 68.4 grams is separately dissolved in 1 liter. The value is same 1 liter. Then the lowering of vapor pressure of first solution is So what is the both in both cases in sucrose it is dissolved in 1 liter volume, urea also dissolved in 1 liter. Then what about its lowering of vapor pressure, you know that Raoult's law, according to Raoult's law, lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction. Okay, so here what is the molar mass of urea? NH2CO, NH2. Molar mass. What is the molar mass here? 60. Here molar mass of sucrose C12H22O11. What is the molar mass? 342 grams. Then number of moles. How many number of moles? Moles of urea equal to weight 12 by 60. Here moles of sucrose 68.4 by 342. Here you will get 0.2. It is also 0.2. Means same. So equal moles of a solute in equal values of water. Clear? Here number of moles of urea 0.2. Number of moles of sucrose 0.2. Equal moles and equal values. Same 1 liter and 1 liter. Means the mole fraction also same. Clear? What is the question here? Vapor pressure in mmHg of 0.1 mole of urea. Number of moles of urea is equal to 0.1. Number of moles of urea equal to 0.1. Then it is 180 grams of water. 180 grams of water. So weight is equal to 180 grams. Then already the moles of urea is given, but water moles we have to calculate. Molar mass of H2O equal to 18. Then number of moles equal to 180 by 18. 180 by 18. Okay, that is equal to 10 moles. Here 1 mole. Okay, then we have to calculate the vapor pressure of water at 25 degrees Celsius 24 mm of Hg. Okay. Here, what is the mole fraction of urea? Mole fraction of urea. Mole fraction of urea equal to. What is the formula? See. Number of moles of urea by total number of moles present in the solution. So number of moles of urea by number of moles of urea plus number of moles of H2O. Okay, so that equal to 0.1 by 0.1 plus 10. That equal to 0.1 by 0.1 plus 10. 10.1. How many moles? 0.0099. So mole fraction of CO2 is equal to 0.0099. That is the mole fraction of CO2. According to Raoult's law, now the problem begins. According to Raoult's law, relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of a solute. According to Raoult's law, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. Clear? Relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute, according to Raoult's law. So, what is the mole? P naught minus P by P naught equal to mole fraction of solute. Then, what is P naught here? The question is given. The vapor pressure of water at 25 degrees Celsius is 24 mm of Hg. So, P naught equal to 24. So, 24 minus P by 24 equal to 0.099. 0.0099. Then 24 into 0.0099 equal to 24 minus P. Here, so 24 into 0.0099. What is the value? 0.2376. 0.2376 equal to 24 P. P equal to 24 minus 0.2376. So, pressure of solution, that is equal to 23.76. Clear? mm of Hg. Clear? That is about the pressure of pure solvent minus P naught minus P. Vapor pressure of pure solvent minus vapor pressure of solute by vapor pressure of pure solvent. Clear? That is what is the pressure here? 23.76 mm of Hg. Clear?